Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning back in. This is Dean, your brother in Dean. As you can probably tell from that title, today we are doing beef and potato stew. Got my little pot over here. I'm just getting ready to hang it up. I'm gonna be using this to hang it up on. It's gonna be stuck over here just like this. I'm gonna drive this in the ground. It's gonna be hanging above the fire right there. Just to show you, I'm gonna hang it up above the fire just like this. I'm gonna drive this stick in the ground over here. I'm gonna sharpen it so I can drive it in the ground a little easier, and that's about it. I'm gonna get the fire going and start cutting up all these ingredients over here. Let's get this out over here. Put that stick right there. Easiest way to sharpen this is just cut it in the angle like this. There you go, that's sharp. Maybe get your knife. Get the knife. Just get those edges rounded well. There you go. It's ready to be driven in the ground here. Spring is finally here. I'm happy. We don't have to deal with that cold weather anymore. It's beautiful here. Beautiful. It's about 50 degrees, maybe 45, 50 degrees. You couldn't ask for more beautiful weather. No bugs, no mosquitoes. Just like so, right here. Gonna cut a little notch on this one here so my pot is not sliding all over. And we're gonna start building the fire. I'm gonna find something a little bigger just to drive this post in a little more, and we are good to be cooking. There you go. It's gonna be just like that. We're gonna start building fire underneath, but I got a few more things to do around here before we start burning that fire. We don't need coals, we're gonna be cooking on the fire. Gonna make a little notch right there, like I said earlier. I don't want this flying all over there or sliding. I'm just gonna make a little notch. I don't want this dirt to fall in my cooking pot. That's pretty cool. It can hold a little bit of weight there too. It's no problem. Just like that. Let's see. We're gonna have a fire underneath over here. Let's get this off of there. Now I need a cutting board. That's important. So let's get my saw over here. Get the saw. Oh, that's fine. Nice. piece of dry wood. Whew. That's a lot of work for a cutting board. Yeah, got a beautiful cutting board here now. Clean this dust off. That's beautiful. Look, beautiful. Let's get the fire going right now. Start cooking. Yeah, that's what I see. So I got a bunch of dead wood around here, around me. I don't even have to be cutting any. As usual, I got my fat wood here. There you go. Get my lighter. There you go. A little bit of gas. And we got fire. Now that we got that fire going, we are ready to start preparing, to start cooking here. Got a little pot here. We're gonna keep it closed. There you go, the onion is ready to be chopped up. Gonna need a little bit of oil in here. So we're gonna go ahead, put just a little bit of oil in our pot here. We're gonna cover it again so nothing gets in there. Oh, cutting board is working just fine here. So we're gonna use one whole onion here. Half onion. Dump it in there. There you go. I'm gonna do the other half now. I'm gonna go ahead and dump all that in there. And now we're gonna use a little bit of black pepper. We'll use red paprika later on. And I'm using some vegeta here. Just like that. And now we're gonna caramelize this onion on that fire. So go ahead and do that. All right. We got these onions over here on the above the fire. We're gonna let them caramelize. While that's going there, we're gonna go ahead and get the meat cut up. Get the meat prepared. The meat, we're just gonna cut it up in little squares. This is nice and tender steak meat here. Usually people use chuck roast, but today we're gonna be using just a steak. You can use any type of meat. There you go. Now that we got our meat all cut up, we're gonna use seasonings, Vegeta, gonna use black pepper right there, and we're gonna use some red paprika on there, and we're gonna mix it up, mix it all up. Those onions cooking over there, and when those onions are done, I'm gonna go ahead and get this meat in there, get the meat cooking. We need to sear up this meat really good. I'm sure you can hear in the background those onions caramelizing. I'm gonna give these onions a little bit more, get a little bit more of fire in there, and get that meat in there. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to burn those onions. All right, now that we got our onions nice and caramelized, we're gonna go ahead and add our beef in there. There you go. There you go. Now we want the beef nice and brown. We don't want the beef to start searing up from all of the sides. And then we're gonna be adding rest of the ingredients. We're gonna need a cup of a broth. I got some vegetable broth. We're gonna be adding that in there. We got tomato paste. We're gonna add that in there. And we're gonna be letting it cook. For right now, while this meat is cooking here, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up some carrots. Let's go ahead, cut up a couple of small carrots here, get them ready. Use this. And as you can hear in front of me over here, the meat is starting to cook as well. There's the carrots. I'm gonna do the same thing with potatoes. Cut them up in squares like this. Now that we have this beef nicely cooked and seared, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. There you go. get that added in there. Mix it all up evenly. Oh, I wish you guys can smell this. This smells so good. This is gonna give it that good taste, and this is also gonna give it that nice color. There you go. Leave it cooking like that for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna add our broth in there. And that broth is gonna nicely simmer and put that all together, and we're gonna be adding our vegetables in there. I'll let it sit like that for a few minutes. Alright, now that that's ready, we're gonna add up 1 cup of broth over here. Just like that. And I'm also gonna add 1 cup of water in there as well. And we're gonna let that start to simmer in there. There you go. We're gonna mix it all up evenly over here. Just like that. We're gonna cover it up right now. There you go. And I'm gonna turn this fire a little bit more. I'm gonna need some heat up on there. And now we're gonna let this boil and simmer for about half an hour, 45 minutes, before we start adding our vegetables on here. This has been cooking for about 30 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and add our vegetables in there. There you go. Let's go ahead and cover this up. We have about maybe 20 minutes more of cooking and it's gonna be done, man. This smells so good. Yeah, this hanger is working pretty good. That's the easiest way to hang something to cook. I know the meat is done. Just wanna make sure these potatoes are done. Get some out to try it. See how these potatoes are. Yeah, these potatoes, they might need a little bit more of cooking in there. Bismillah. Yeah, look at that meat. That's what we wanted to get when we just put that meat in there. We want to get that meat nicely cooked. Yeah, about 20 more minutes. It's gonna be done. I know the meat is done. The meat is done and tender. See, Yeah, look at that. Maybe just a tad bit more of vegeta in there to be a little more saltier, and that's about it. So I'm gonna add a little more vegeta in there and cook it for about another 20 minutes, and it's done. Oh man, it's so good. Can't wait to have it. Hungry. I haven't had anything to eat today, so this is it. All I had this morning was coffee, and that's it. Gonna add more vegeta in there now. Let's look at it right now. Oh yeah, this is done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is done. This is what I have been waiting for. Let's go ahead, take it off, give it a try, and see how it tastes. Let's put this lid over here. Alright, let's get it off. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and get some out. Man, this is so good. It looks so good. Look at this, you guys. Let's get some out. Some out over here. Look at that. This thing is falling apart. Let's try it. Bismillah. It's a little hot, but it's so good. Yeah, I gotta be doing these kind of cookings a little bit more often here. I'm gonna set it on the side over here. Let it cool off just a little bit. Let's go ahead, cover the rest of this up over here. Put it on the side. My little cutting board. Spent a lot of time working on this sucker, but it's well worth it. I didn't feel like bringing cutting board from home, but this one did the job. Really did the job. Fire is almost done. My food is done. Everything is falling apart. Look at that carrot. Let's see. Meat, carrot, potato. Can't do any better than this. That's that carrot. Oh yeah. Tastes really good. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.